Okay, so originally I planned to talk about this and Zig and putting them together, but we're going to save that for another video because I tried to compile it and ran into an issue with Zig 014. I don't really want to downgrade to 013, so we'll just wait a little bit. We'll let 014 sort this issue out. This one right here, in case you're curious, it's 22985. So instead of worrying about my little Arduino project, we're going to talk a little bit about Python today and how I'm using it to hopefully make your viewing experience better. Okay, so I want to talk about this tool called Deepgram and a little automation that I set up to make things a little better for you all in a roundabout way for myself too. So what I'm doing here is I've got a little Python script. Actually, this is all on GitHub as well. It's in a repo called Deepgram SRT generation. So if you don't know what SRT is, it's a subtitle file. So it's a format for subtitles, and there's not much to this. There's a README, and there's information on how to set this up if you would like. And then there is my main.py file. I don't really like Python for what it's worth, and there may be cleaner ways to do some of this, but Python felt like a really good tool for the job here, and there were some examples to kind of get me started with this as well, which helps make things even faster. So here's what I came up with. So I've got a Python script here. We have some imports: sys, httpx, os, datetime, the Deepgram client, Deepgram captions, and then MoviePy. So these three right here are the most important: Deepgram captions, and then MoviePy. So what we're doing here is I'm grabbing my API key from an environment variable. Don't worry, you're not going to get to see that. And then I'm taking in a file path. So this program accepts a file path to an MP4 file because I am recording videos like this one as an MP4. I print that out just to make sure I have the right file path. And then I create a new variable called audio file path, which is the exact same file path with the word audio appended to the end, and then the file format changed to an MP3. Actually, technically, this would be a video.mp4-audio.mp3, but it's good enough. Then I try to use this video file clip from MoviePy, and all I'm doing is taking this video and loading it up into MoviePy, and then I'm getting the audio and I'm writing the audio to a file. The reason why Deepgram technically accepts a full MP4 file, but there's timeouts that you have to worry about, and I was just uploading way more than I needed to. To generate SRTs, I don't need the video, I just need the audio. So I'm just taking the audio and using that. Once we have that audio file, we open it, and then we take that file and we read it into a variable called buffer data. We have a payload here, and it's indicating that we have a buffer, and we load that buffer data up. We have some options that we can pass into Deepgram. The key thing here is that we have utterances turned on, and then we can tell it to punctuate. So when I talk like this, it will either add ... or commas or whatever is necessary. You can also choose the model. Nova 3 seems fine, so that's the one that I'm using. I haven't played with the others, but the quality of what I'm getting from Deepgram with Nova 3 seems really good. And I'll pause really quick. I have some mixed feelings on AI. This is something that you probably wouldn't get from me without AI transcribing it. So I can't afford to pay an actual person to transcribe these videos on every single case. And Deepgram is super cheap. And you get $200 in free credits for signing up. And that's not me being sponsored with some ad or link or anything. It's just that's what they do with everyone. So yeah, really nice. It's very likely that at the rate I'm producing videos, I will never have to actually pay money for Deepgram, given the credits that they've given me. Okay, anyway, so we have those pre-recorded options. I don't actually really remember why. Oh, I'm using datetime now just to see how long things took. I probably don't need these anymore. I don't think I'm actually using them for anything. The key thing here is that I'm calling the Deepgram REST API with the transcribe file endpoint. So this is an SDK, so it's doing a request to the REST API under the hood. I'm not actually making it, but so much so that we can actually configure the timeout using HTTPX here if we want to. That's a proof that it is an HTTP request. So we send that data over to the transcribe file endpoint with the options that we have specified up here. Once we get a response from Deepgram, I print, hey, I got a response. I also print the response as JSON, and then I pass the response to this Deepgram converter to get a transcription. Pass the transcription to this SRT function that is provided by Deepgram captions. And then I open a file to write that SRT file out, and then I clean up the audio file path. So what this looks like is essentially you can run a command. I would run one for you, but I don't actually have another video that needs transcribing at the moment. But you can run this Python script, pass in an MP4 file, and it will parse out the audio, upload the audio to Deepgram, let Deepgram transcribe it with utterances and punctuation and all that fun stuff, get that transcription back, and then pass it into the Deepgram caption function to convert that transcription into an SRT format, and then we write the SRT file. Really simple, really great. 61 lines of code, and it is allowing me to transcribe everything. So again, not sponsored by Deepgram, but if Deepgram wants to do sponsorships, let me know. You get $200 in credit just for signing up with a pay-as-you-go, no credit card required. They have an API playground you can work with. They have tons of examples. Sounds like I'm shilling out for them, and I guess in a way I am, because it was really, really nice and helpful. I don't know if I can see my usage. Oh yeah, usage. Let's try this. Logs. So you can see logs that I've sent. This was from me debugging, so things that were timing out. I don't know if I can see essentially the costs. Requests. So I've transcribed 51 minutes of audio, and it's cost me 22 cents, which seems pretty great. So yeah, if you have SRTs, or I should say subtitles or captions turned on for this video that you're watching right now, those were generated with this script right here. So yeah, check it out sometime. If you're making video content, it's so cheap, easy, affordable, whatever words you want to use to describe it, to get subtitles added to your content, that it'd be a shame not to do it. Especially with, like I said, $200 of free credit from Deepgram just for signing up. And I know there are other options out there too. Check them out. Deepgram is one of the cheapest I found, so that works for me. Anyways, hope this was helpful. We will try to get back to our regularly scheduled programming, that'd be Zig or Go or something of that nature, sometime soon. But I just wanted to point this out because I thought this was really cool, and it affects you as someone who's watching my videos. Thanks, and have a great day.